Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Wow, that was unexpected. Oh, what's that? No, I didn't expect him to say good evening back. I appreciate that. That was fantastic. Well, welcome to the March Delta Amateur Radio Club membership meeting. We've had a great evening started off. I know the guys were upstairs working on the DMR help desk tech support and one-on-one session, so hopefully that went very well. Saw a bunch of people up there and a bunch of activity. So with that, I'll get us kicked off. A couple of housekeeping items real quick. Perry, our secretary, is out tonight, so we'll be taking some extra little notes. So if I ask you to repeat something, I apologize for that. Jim, our treasurer, is not in this evening as well. He is ill. But if you've got a membership application and your membership fees, Scott in the back, raise your hand, Scott, has agreed to collect those for us. So if you got your application and your membership fee, see Scott in the back. And then Mike is also out, our vocations director. So we had a couple of people out tonight. Just let everybody. One other housekeeping thing, normally we have our door tickets up front. Perry is usually in charge of that, so we'll miss those tonight. I'll make sure we take the roll from the front door where you sign in and get everybody an extra ticket in the bucket for April. With that, typically we'll take a minute, we'll introduce everybody at our tables. So what I'm going to ask is if the two tables that are next to each other, we'll go around and instead stand up and introduce yourself to the table next to you, and the table next to you, and the table next to you, and then do that for a second, and then we'll go around the room and introduce yourself. All right, so if everybody takes 2 minutes, talk to the table next to you and say hello to everybody, and I'll start back over here with Adam and
How you
I like to go along with that, lady. There you go.
I do 61. You said you've been inactive for a while. Is your license? Oh, no, I'm current. I keep it. That's good. And I'm a electrical engineer. But I go to church here in the seminary. When Randy Gray told me I was meeting here, I said, why don't I stop by and kind of hobby has moved down so much. Yeah. And now with AI,
As you guys down in,
all right.
Birmingham.
oh, wow. Did it?
Another year I have like 60.
Less than 61.
Yeah.
56.
Well, you're 5 years ahead of me.
Adam, if I could get you to kick us off, if you would introduce yourself and your call, I sure would appreciate it. We'll work around starting on that side and work around the room and introduce everybody real quick. Thanks, sir.
Adam, KFRS-TV. Tyler, KAP4QBV.
Dan, AA4DF.
Joe, WA4OEO. Tommy, A4POZ. Carlos, Alpha 2 Whiskey.
KT4 TQV.
I got my X-ray.
KJ4 DGQ.
Jim, KJ4 TCE. Stanley, KQ4 SQC.
Paul, K-4 MX.
Randy, KQ4 HJH.
Jim, 10-4 BOK.
Scott, AM4 PMU.
Tom, AC5MO.
Dan, visitor.
Fantastic. Give a round of applause.
Tommy, N4LIA. Phil, WA4 MJF.
I'm John, KK4 LST.
Ed, KA4 BLL.
Barry, WB4 SWP.
Dave, AD4Q.
Dana, WI3B.
Jose, KJ4, TCJ.
David, WA4IOI.
Steve, KK4 BPT.
We'll go to the table next door, Rick.
I guess it's up to me. Rick, KX4B, how y'all doing?
I'm Taylor, KQ4 KLJ.
Norm, KL4QLD.
Joe, KM4JXS.
Jonathan, KO4WAQ.
Billy, WL4B.
Richard, K4DXF.
Rick, WA4NBM.
Will, KQ4FUM. Mike, KD4IHT. Mike, KW4RI.
Eric, AK4YD.
K4PSA.
Fantastic. And I'm Joe, November Sierra 4X. Glad to have everybody here on this night. It is a wonderful evening. It's March, and the weather is turning finally away from the cold. And the club is up and active. It's good to hear everybody on the airwaves. Lots of people checking in on various repeaters and nets and stuff. So it's always good to hear activity. Glad to hear all of that. I do believe we'll take a minute. Does anybody have any announcements? I know Rick had an announcement for a minute. And then I'll throw to either Rick or Joe about Free Fest. And does anybody else want to make any announcements? All right, Rick, you make your announcement?
Yeah. Thank you. Did y'all enjoy that presentation I did last month about Morse code? Anyway, I've got another one this month. I'm talking about 1957. I was 14 years old. October the 4th, laying in bed. I've got my Gonset G. I've got Marty Navas. I don't have a transmitter. I do have a receiver. Got a Gonset G3030 receiver. I'm tuning the dial, 20 kHz. Now on the veneer, listen, listen, listen. What do I hear? Here it comes. Oops. Hold on, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Two great things, bullshit. Here. Let me get it again. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's Sputnik. Did anybody listen to Sputnik? Anybody else? Yeah. It was amazing. Sputnik flew for 1,440 orbits before it crashed. It crashed the next year. It made an orbit in 96 minutes. It weighed 134 pounds. It was 23 inches in diameter, and it tumbled. It tumbled because it didn't have any jets to stabilize it. I was fortunate enough to work in the space program, and the program I worked on, that satellite was 29,000 pounds, and it was 10 feet in diameter, 53 feet long. And that was 16 years after Sputnik. But let me see if I can find that again. I think that change in frequency was due to the fact that it was tumbling. Thank you all for paying attention.
That's good to share.
That's all right.
All right. Rick or Joe, will y'all want to give us a quick blurb on Free Fest?
Rick, you're the chairman.
You need the microphone. Come on up.
I need a microphone anytime.
Please hold your applause.
All right, the Free Fest, as most of you know, was April the 12th. The
Well, on the subject here, we need volunteers for Friday before about 2 o'clock in the afternoon to help set up the tables as we usually do, which means the tables are set up and we have to cover it with cardboard and paper to keep part of it off. You know, you put a scratch in their paint job and they're gonna get you, charge you for it. The website has got an updated price list, which compliments the Delta Club. There's a couple of the 20 amp hour fancy Nancy batteries and chargers that are typically $200 a piece. They had a special deal Joe found, so you got a pair of them for the, we got a pair of iPads now and Yaesu 2980R, Arduino kit and book. I don't have them on. There's a lot of hourly prices, which, you know, we're drawing every hour, little HTs and different things. But the big thing is it supports Lavonder Children's Hospital, so every ticket we sell goes directly to them, the money for that, ticket sales. So we help. And Joe probably get tickets. I definitely got them over there at the table more than that. Okay, well, we got you covered. Oh yeah, concessions, come hungry, because the only way we pay for the building is selling food, which is, you know, breakfast and lunch type items, hamburgers, hot dogs, sausage biscuits and such, you know, typical southern food. MERA Club sponsors this thing, but every nickel we don't make on sale of food, we put bills. We were about 400 in the hole last year. This year they decided to try to cover some of that, plus with tables are going to be $5 a piece for people who want to sell stuff. Ooh, that much. And you know, still you get in free, you get a free ticket when you get in there, because the drawings and such. Of course, there's outside space also, but art. The BA4 PSS is when you need to contact via email to save a table or get a table, I should say.
Any notable vendors?
I don't know.
Give them some of the other door prizes.
All right.
DX Engineering has a $100 gift certificate, and there's 2 Jason's $25 gift certificates, one $25 gift certificate from Duke's restaurant. Let's see, Jigsaw Amateur Radio Club, it has an Arduino kit and book. And I'm trying to think, see what else. Anyway, that adds to the prizes. ARRL has 2 $25 prize certificates and 2 $50 certificates that you can use at the ARRL and HTs, but wanted to make sure people knew some of the hourly door prizes as well as the grand prizes.
But the big thing is support the Children's Hospital, so all money goes there. I don't know, I'm giving the Part 1 checks. Keep me one time.
Over the years.
Over the years, around 90,000 so far. Question?
Rick, what time do you want volunteers on Friday?
At 2 p.m. Friday the 11th. That'd be helpful. You know, just make sure to get the word. Last year, I think the biggest conflict was people didn't know what time to show, because partly runs that thing tight as far as they'll let us in early in the morning to bring the food in, put it in the refrigerators and stuff for Saturday. But they bill us by the hour. And one thing, if you're a vendor, do not put anything on the wall unless it's blue painter's tape that's not going to peel the paint off. All right, that's about it. Thanks.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate that. I encourage all of us to go participate in Free Fest this year. It's a great opportunity for us as hams to support a local ham fest. It does support Lavonder Children's Hospital, which is a great cause. So Again, come hungry so you can support the club MARA because they pay for the building by whatever concessions you choose to buy and purchase from. So I appreciate that. All right. Any other club announcements? All right, hearing none. Just want to do real quick. If I could just call the board members that are here. Tyler, are you here? Here. Perfect. Perry's absent. Jim's absent. Immediate past president's absent. Director of programs, Adam, are you here?
I'm here.
Adam's here. Fantastic. Scott's hanging out in the back for us. Our meeting special events. Mike's sick. Joe, director of training, you're here. And then our trustee is here. Fantastic. I did that just as a real quick, just to let all the members know, all the board members, because you can see where they are and see who else here. We do have a few that are out tonight. All right, we're going to move right into our welcome activity, which we've already done, so we'll move on to that. We do have a quick couple of pieces of business that we need to take care of. We've got to read and approve our member meetings, and our normal person is absent this evening.
I make a motion that we accept as written as part.
All right, made by 8:14.
And the treasurer's report.
And the treasurer's report.
And it's seconded by Randy in the back. So all in favor of approving the minutes and treasurer's report as published in Sparks, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Fantastic. We're going to take a minute now and open it up to we had general club announcements. I want to take a minute and offer each of our board of directors a moment to make any reports that they want to make, with the exception we do have a couple of things at the end where we'll talk specifically about field day and some other odds and ends. So with that, I'll pass the mic to Tyler. We'll start off with you for any report that you might have.
All right, good evening, everyone. Once again, Tyler, K4QD. Thank y'all for being here tonight. If there's any way that we can continue to serve you, please let us know. That's why we volunteered for these spots. I've been hearing a lot of good activity on multiple different repeaters, not just the DMR, but our analog ones are still going strong. So keep it up. It's fun to drive down the road and hear and to talk every now and then. So yeah, thank y'all for what y'all do. And if you need anything from us, let me know.
Pass it over to Adam. We had a good session at HAM 101, aka tech support tonight. The focus was DMR, but that's going to become a recurring thing. So next month, if you need help with DMR or WinLink or just programming about thing, feel free to come on up and we'll help you out.
All right, Scott, do you have any report?
Nothing.
All right. Joe, director of training.
We have a tech class going. We had 16 in the first class, and 11 met at the second class. We took a break last night, and we'll start up again next Monday night. It'll end on the 7th of April. I have a feeling we'll have probably 10 or 12 students taking their exam. You want to say something about Huntsville?
Absolutely.
We're starting to plan for Huntsville. It looks like it'll be another $100 per trip. That includes the entry fee to the HamFest, the bus ride down, 2 breakfast biscuits from Danvers, and water, sodas, cookies, crackers, and fruit on the way down during the day, and whatever's left over on the way back. For the new hams, the bus backs up to the loading dock at the Von Braun Center in Huntsville, to where you can wander through Von Braun Center, and you get tired, you can come back and sit in a nice soft seat, or actually come back and get a cool drink instead of having to pay $3 for a drink at the Von Braun Center. So that makes it a little bit cheaper if you come back to the bus and get whatever soft drink you want. It makes it real interesting or easy. You leave the driving to the bus driver and not have to be tired on the way back from Huntsville. So just for the show, it's August the 16th, a Saturday. One day we leave from Germantown Baptist Church at 6:30 in the morning, getting down to the Von Braun Center about 9:45, leaving after the 4 o'clock grand prize drawing, getting back about 8 o'clock. How many people are interested in going? It's 100. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10, 12, 15. Okay, we got 15, 18.
So one of my favorite things about the bus trip is the bus has all of that cargo space under the bottom. So all the stuff you buy, you don't have to carry it. You just throw it in the bus.
Yeah, you bring it back right outside the loading dock and put it on the bus. The driver stays with the bus. It makes it an easy trip for those that don't particularly care driving back home tired.
Hey, Joe, how many exercise licenses from the last ride?
3 so far.
3?
Yeah. And 2 more should be studied.
And you're up next.
I went to Huntsville last year. It's the easy button for the bus. It's the only way to go. It's like having your car backed up to the back door there in the building. It really is. How many people are going to Dayton this year? Anybody going to Dayton? Cool. Just curious. So we've done a little bit more work this month. We're kind of plugging along every month, doing a little bit of work on things. The 440 DMR repeater is pretty much done. We got the amp hooked up. I got a cable for it. We got it patched in. It's working great. We got the AT&T hotspot swapped out with the T-Mobile. There's no throttling on the T-Mobile. It works great. Good signal strength inside the building, so we didn't have to drill holes and run an antenna outside the building. It's $10 a month, and they don't restrict it, so it's awesome. So that's working good. What we also did, thanks to Joe and Adam and Mark and Jim helped me last week, weekend before last. The DMR repeater and the A2 are on the opposite ends of the building. So we ran 2 Ethernet runs from one end of the building to the other, so the A2 could share the hotspot. You're like, why does the A2 need a hotspot? Well, cooking on Alan Wood's kitchen table is a repeater set up that we're going to swap out, and he's got the All-Star working on it, and the A2 will be putting All-Star probably one next Saturday or the Saturday after. I don't know, gotta get time lined up. So on Saturday, if you hear people dinking around with the repeater and it going up and down, you can't get into it, and it sounds like somebody's testing, that's going to be us. But what it'll let us do is link up during the weather nets. So that's our next project to finish up.
Fantastic. Is there anything scheduled for the Germantown repeater?
Oh yeah, good prompt there. So we were going to do the Germantown repeater first, but we decided to work on the A2 since the coverage. One of the things we're doing on the A2 that we will also do on the Germantown repeater is put a new audio card off of the TriStar, and it should improve the All-Star Link audio on the 625 a whole lot better. So the weather nets will not sound like, man, is that Joe Lowenthal on the repeater? It sure doesn't sound like it. It really changes the audios, but it'll sound a whole lot clearer, and that'll be after we get the A2 going.
Fantastic.
So, and we got other things we're thinking about and testing out at my house and cool stuff.
Awesome.
Get on the radio and talk.
And thanks for all you do. We appreciate all the work you're doing for us.
All right, real quick, last month I had asked, John Reiners was asking if there was going to be a DMR digital net. I said, sounds like you're organizing one. And he said, yes, I am. He had some family stuff come up tonight, so he wasn't able to report back, but he is looking at either a Wednesday night or a Thursday night for that. So if you got a definite opinion, whether it's a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, shoot John an email and let him know. But look for that coming soon to have a weekly DMR net on our new DMR repeater. All right, I want to throw this, we don't have any repeater updates, any bylaws updates. Mary Jean is trying to get that committee going. So if any of you are interested in helping the club kind of update our bylaws, which need a little bit of update, reach out to me or Mary Jean or any of the other board members. We definitely need some help with that. All right, with that, I'm going to throw it back over to Tyler for just a second to give us an update on how field day is going, because we're working on field day this year a little earlier than we did last year. Howard?
Hey again, everybody. All right, so field day, what we're looking at doing, we're going to be back in Germantown, same location as last year. We are, instead of making anybody feel like they have to stay there for a copious amount of time, we're going to try and set up time slots, probably 3 hours apiece. If you want to do more than that, feel free. We are in the beginning stages of figuring out how many stations we're going to be running. We're going to try and bring them closer together so that we can build that camaraderie, esprit de corps, if you're in the military. We're also this year planning on cooking the dinner, so that way we can be together and cook a meal of some sort. Please don't ask the details. That's in the very infancy stage. I'll get you more to follow. Last year we had a good amount of people. We had fun, especially with the Go-To station. Had several passersby come by and ask what we were doing. They got to talk all over the nation, so that was pretty fun. And we had contact. I don't even remember how many contacts we had last year.
It was well over 200. We had a Go-To alone at 80.
Yeah, Go-To was rocking last year. And we had a good setup on CW. She got a whole ton of contacts for us. This year we're going to do more. We're going to have a lot more. We're going to have a good fun time. We're still talking to Neshoba and MARA about a possible deal to do it together. Again, more to follow on that. I'm just letting y'all know that we are in the infancy stages of planning, and we will have we're going to do it bigger and better this year. When is it? It is in
Fourth weekend in June.
Fourth weekend in June, which are some numbers probably in the 20s. 28 to 29, look at there. And if you have questions, just let me know.
It takes tea.
It does.
All right. I'm going to pass the mic to Adam now, let him introduce our speaker, and we'll take a quick break before our speaker gets going, just so if you want to need to refresh your drinks, refresh your snacks, and then we'll jump into the presentation. So Adam, if you'll introduce our guest speaker, I'm sure we'll appreciate it.
Some of you may know him already, but Ryan Turner is involved with Memphis Hamwin. He's here today to talk to us about Meshtastic. So we'll break for, I don't know, 6, 7 minutes and come back.
5 minutes.
All right, everybody's got a special report on your table. If you, I would appreciate it either now or later. Fill out your signal reports. Let us know how we're doing, what you like, what you enjoyed. I would appreciate it.